today I want to talk to you about 4 reasons why you still suck at guitar. Reason number 1, you must become the metronome. It's not enough to practice with the metronome. You must become the metronome. You must be able to count all bars, all the time, every time, anytime. But seriously, when you're practicing, just practice with the metronome so that you can actually count out your parts. Because if you do not have the rhythm is one of the most important things, and if you can't keep rhythm, you're not going to be able to stay in time. Or say that you write a song, you need to be able to understand how it fits together. And if you can't count the bars out, your songs aren't going to be able to fit into the spaces that you need them to. But most importantly, it's going to help your playing so that when you actually play with people and music, you'll be able to sound like music. Number 2, you need to practice with a purpose. Now, that means different things to different people, but for what I'm talking about, it means that when you're practicing, you need to have a set understanding of what you're going to practice, and you can't just sit around and noodle all the time nonstop, because you're going to get stuck in a rut, and you're going to stay at that rut until you can pass that plateau, because where you're at is just one level. Once you start to practice a little bit more and then develop some more knowledge, and once you start to use that knowledge and start understanding what all these things, how this goes together to create music, then you can bypass that plateau, and then you're starting to go up. All right, number three, you're not actually learning music. You might be learning scales, you might be learning different things. You might be learning licks and solos, and you might be practicing other things, but you need to be able to tie them together so that you can play it fluidly into one song. Because if you know the solo for Mr. Crowley, that's great, but I doubt if you sit down and go to play a song that you're going to be able to play Mr. Crowley for 17 hours in a row. You need to be able to have your rhythm down. You need to be able to play multiple songs in multiple keys and possibly sing at the same time. So that's another consideration. Number 4, you need to learn multiple things. You need to be learning multiple styles. You need to be learning how to use a pick, how to play without a pick. You need to learn as much as you can, as fast as you can. But saying that, another reason is, I'm going to put this in as a bonus. Number 5 is you're trying to learn things above your level. If you try to learn too much too fast, you're not staying at your level long enough to where you can soak in, like a dirty little sponge, all that information. You're going to bypass some things, and then later on you'll have to work your way back to those things so that you can actually have the fundamentals down to go forward. Anyway, thank you very much. Hey, keep on rocking in the USA.